Kuntop, we're here today in Bangkok because now you feel is the right time to speak to our fans. What would you like to say to them?
It's been so long that last time I spoke to the fans, and I think it's about time that I want to sharing all the information and give you trust back to the club and um, asking all the fans to know and closer together as the club, as the chairman, as the interim CEO. I want the club back to be same like when I come in the first time, and I think we have a very good time and really have a very sad time, and we have a very difficult time together. But the main thing that today want to talk to you is I want to get closer. I want to get more information to the fan. I want the fan to feel what I plan to do. I want fan to understand what the club want to move going forward, how we're going to do it.
Because it is clearly something that you want to open up those lines of communication. You've even had a meeting with the fan advisory board as well. So you're already putting in the steps of reconnecting with the fan base. Is that a fair way of putting it?
I think first year that we owned the club in 2010, I did have that conversation and met with many fans, and I hear them, and I think that time I feel connected, and I think that is a good way to do it. For whatever reason is gone for quite a while, and after many things, COVID and the communication is gone, and I think we have many things that happened in the last 7 years, and also we have some good time in Europe, win FA Cup together, and and relegate that we not planned, and it's quite fast. The time has been flying, but I never forget to communicate, but it's not easy at time, and I see that and I feel that how the fan is perceived, and that main reason actually today that I want to reconnect, and I want to let them understand what it feel and what I ask them to help, because a football club need fan to support, and as the chairman, as the owner, as the acting CEO, whatever position, I'm the fan as well. So it's important, and the players, whatever they perform, they perform well. I think we are human beings and we want to success, but every team also want to success. So we have to fight, and that a little help from the fan can drive something special.
You can see how much passion you have just in talking to you about the football club, about the history, about absolutely everything. So does it sometimes upset you then when that is called into question, your love for the club?
I think when we lost the game, as the football fans, I know how it feels because I'm love football, and you have to respond to all those criticism or complaint or expectation of the fan that we should win Premier League, and we want to win every year, of course, but in real life it's not easy. But I accept expectation. I understand how the fan want the club going the direction that they love to see, but we have to be understand, and I try to understand also. Otherwise, I cannot live in this situation anyway. That if we are in a good plan, we should be back in Premier League, and all those complaint, criticism, whatever in this real life, that everybody got it. It's okay for me. Even in Leicester, I walk there in the stadium and see some fans, they support. So I think I don't ask people to love or support to my family, to myself, to the club, but I ask them to a little bit understand what the club try to do. And expectation is good to have, but we have to manage, and we will manage.
You can understand, though, why some supporters might have that feeling about things that the club hasn't got right in the past couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I mentioned. We have a lot of difficult time. Is clear, and I will try to fix. I'm sure that I'm not gonna let this kind of situation go and on, because it's difficult. When it's difficult, the fan feel difficult. I have to manage difficult too. So I think it's not easy, the situation we got, but it's gonna take time. That nothing to lie, because sport is not easy to change one thing in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. Like we are in championship when we bought the club, we said we try to bring the team back to Premier League. It takes 3 years, and it takes almost 7 years, 8 years in Premier League, and now we back to be the same, like 10 years or 15 years ago that we're in championship. I think we need time to rebuild everything. Maybe some fan is not happy with the answer that I said, but is realistic, and I don't want to make sure. I want to make sure that everybody understand the same, that when to rebuild something is not to change everything and gonna be success. I think it takes effort and time. Of course, if it's shorter, I do it. If it's not success, we try again. If it's success, we win together.
So how do you want the club to feel then moving forward? Whether that's in the short term or the long term, whether that's supporters, the players, the staff, in this next chapter, which it's fair to say it is going to be difficult. You've said that yourself. How do you want the club to feel together?
I think first thing is, like I said, you have to understand the difficulty of championship where we are now. I'm sure we have all ambition that we want to back to Premier League, and I want first thing that people have to be closer, more communication, and I think transparency with all the things to the fan, to the players, and I will use a lot of time to talk to the fan advisory board, and I'm gonna use time to understand more what the fan need, because inside the club I always ask the players or the staff what they need, what I can do. I want to improve a lot of aspect in the club, and the first thing is we need to be closer. We need to be talking, communication more, and the idea will come. And after the talk to the director, I think we have sharing a lot of information, a lot of ideas, what the club should do or should not do, what going forward. I think it has a lot of plan together, and I think this just the starting point. I think has more to come in the near future.
Yeah, I guess the criticism that fans have had is that they've just not heard enough from you or from the senior members of staff in the club. So this is, okay, it's a starting block, it's the first small step, but it's your way of saying to them, we're changing that.
I think maybe it's my fault also, because I used to talk to the fan. I used to talk to the media, but uh, uh, I have responsible here in Thailand a lot, and we have a lot of thing happening in the during COVID to now. But anyway, is the past that I want to change the way we communicate, and we want to change the way we are, telling the fan and listen to the fans, because I am Generation Y. I know how it's important, and I know how social media work. I know how people love to involve with the thing that they are interesting. Um, and we are today, like you mentioned, that it just start. So I hope it's good start and it will continue. I want to do it long time. That's why I said maybe my fault that my time is not right, or I travel, or I think it's okay, and football result is still, have to see. So it's a lot of things behind. But in my mind is always I want to speak, I want to see fan, I want to listen to them, I want to improve in communication. And we are here today because I want to do it.
Just understanding that you know how I guess to find the balance between what's happened in the past, not just the bad things, but the good things, and particularly the last few years, and then showing the fans that you've learned from those, and that in the next future and the building for the future is everything can be learned and pushed into that one goal.
I think behind the scene that people doesn't see, or they don't even have ideas what behind. Maybe I cannot say, but we work so hard, in terms of to make sure the club is in the right place, uh, and try to fight when we are trying to fight with the relegation last year. A lot of difficulty, a lot of uh, pain. So I think maybe that part is when we are in difficulty, we have to be planning and understand. When you understand, then you fix. We try to fix a lot of things, and many things is not going the what we expect, you know. And that's why I mentioned to you that maybe sometime I should communicate at that time, but maybe it's my fault that I didn't do it, and we are here, and I think we should reconnect it and should start planning and doing the same and telling the fan what happening and fix together.